Carter, and these are Carter Kits.
I'm Justin Sievers. I'm the Vice President of Carter Kits as well as the CIO, and I also am a detective with Saginaw Township Police Department here in Michigan, and Carter's dad. Carter Kits is a Michigan-based nonprofit 501c3, and we provide sensory kits to first responders for when they respond to calls involving individuals with autism. Carter Kits was formed in 2019, December of 2019. There was a group text message between Brandon Hosbeck, Andrew Keller, and myself where we decided that there was a need for sensory bags for first responders. Text message said we need to come up with something for first responders when dispatched or dealing with individuals with autism. And during that time, Andrew Keller made 10 kits locally here. He met with a autism center here in Saginaw, put 10 kits together. We donated them locally, and that was December 12th, 2019. And since then, it's kind of blown up. Currently, we are in 35 states and 4 different countries and have almost 9,000 kits out. I guess prior to Carter Kits and having Carter, I've noticed we weren't trained in calls involving individuals with autism. Makes me look back at calls that I responded to, thinking of how I could have done things differently and how that outcome would have been for the individual we were dealing with.
Within the Carter Kit, we have items that are useful for patients who are both hyposensitive or seeking stimuli, hypersensitive or seeking calm, or those patients who are nonverbal. The 24-piece sensory toy kit is very useful for patients who are seeking stimuli. The sensory toys are not only beneficial for those who have hyposensitivities, they are also useful to redirect a patient's attention, and we have found very successful interactions with police officers, firefighters, and emergency medical technicians for patients who have no recorded sensory processing disorder whatsoever. We also find it very useful for patients who simply need to be redirected or refocused at a scene that is very stressful. These items are typically not going to be reusable, as it's very difficult to clean them with all of the very small crevices. Providers can access the replacement item form on the Carter Kits website. This form will ask simple questions such as your name, email address, where the items can be shipped to, and most importantly, a testimonial to how the items were utilized. The weighted blanket is useful for patients who are both hyposensitive and hypersensitive. For those who are seeking stimuli or hyposensitive, the blanket can act as a nice weighted vest, so to speak, or it provides pressure to the patient on their person. For those who are seeking calm, the blanket can also serve like a tight hug. It helps separate them from whatever situation is causing the sensory processing issue. The weighted blanket is washable and is reusable. The weighted blanket does come with a separate cover to aid in keeping the blanket as clean as possible. It is important to note that the weighted blanket is 5 pounds and that its use is not advised for patients who are under 50 pounds. The earmuffs are useful for patients who have auditory hypersensitivities. Those who are seeking calm from auditory issues will find the earmuffs very beneficial. Normally, it is easy for a provider to determine if the earmuffs are going to be beneficial simply because a lot of patients will cover their ears. The earmuffs are cleanable and reusable. We typically recommend that providers utilize any antibacterial and virucidal that they would normally use to clean other items on their units and apparatus. It is important to note that the earmuffs contain foam to help deaden the auditory noise. For this reason, we prefer wipes to be used to clean the earmuff so that the foam is not overly saturated. Sunglasses are useful for patients who have visual hypersensitivities, those who are seeking calm from visual overstimulation. This may not take the form of ultra bright lights that we would consider, such as the sun or flashing lights from the apparatus. It could simply be a normal daytime or normal lit room that causes the patient to need the sunglasses to help with their sensory issue. The sunglasses are easily cleanable, again, just like the earmuffs, using any antibacterial or virucidal. The nonverbal communication card within the Carter Kit is useful for those who have difficulty communicating and cannot verbally state what their needs are or how they're currently feeling. The nonverbal card has an easy scale 1 through 5 to help the provider understand the patient's current state and mental well-being. There are also a list of common wants. We often see patients who are hungry, thirsty, and there are also items contained within the Carter kit listed here so that the nonverbal patient can simply point to the item and let the provider know what may be beneficial to them. On this side of the nonverbal card, it is very important for those who have autism to understand that yes, they may need to go with a police officer, a firefighter, or a paramedic or EMT. However, they will end up ultimately back home. To the patient, home is their equilibrium. We never want to see items forcibly taken from a patient who is still actively using the Carter Kit's items. Yes, there are many situations where Carter Kit items are able to be reused and they are able to be captured after a scene has ended. However, for those patients who are still finding the Carter Kit's items useful beyond the scene that we're operating at, it is important the providers understand that is okay and that the patient should be allowed to keep those items. That is when the providers can apply for replacement items via the Carter Kit's replacement program. You can access the replacement item forms on our website.
The prevalence of autism is significant in all communities. As of 2023, the CDC estimates that 1 in 36 children are diagnosed with ASD. Sensory kits really can only be useful if you have them when you need them and you know how to use them when you do. So at home, many patients will have items that they're comfortable with and familiar with. But if you're a first responder or someone responding to a situation that's a crisis or on a scene where they don't have what they usually use, a kit like this can be extremely useful to have items at your fingertips to help improve communication and promote a sense of calm, rapport, and understanding with your patient.
On the outside of the bag, you'll notice we have a QR code. This ensures that providers have easy to use training at their fingertips. By following the QR code, they are directed to our training website and all of the training options are available.
Carter Kits offers numerous ways to access training for free. Some of these include items that you can see right on the Carter Kits website if you're looking to download a 1-hour virtual training, as well as things that are on interactive EMS education platforms. In addition to options available on demand anytime you need them, there are possibilities for you to become a certified instructor utilizing curriculum that Carter Kits has developed with the help of Dr. Ellen Preen, who's a clinical neuropsychologist. The information contained inside these training programs and all of the training options that you can get with Carter Kits are evidence-based. Once someone becomes a certified instructor utilizing Carter Kits curriculum, they can take the material back to their peers. The reason this can be beneficial, as you're probably already figuring out, is it's really nice to learn from people who are just like you, who have experience doing what you do, where you do it, and how you do it. The benefit of a peer-based training program is you can take the parts of this curriculum that are the most applicable to what you do and bring it back to the people who do what you do. EMS agencies and fire departments in the state of Michigan who have an appointed pediatric champion and participate in Carter Kits training have a really unique opportunity. The opportunity is to become certified as autism ready. Through partnership with the state of Michigan EMS for Children program, you can pursue a few additional steps beyond bringing education to your team to become certified as autism ready.